the hidden triggers that make 95.7% of women unable to resist you. What if I told you that 95.7% of women are naturally wired to be drawn to certain men, not because of looks, money, or charm, but due to deep psychological triggers? Studies show that over 80% of attraction is influenced by subconscious cues, and men who embody specific traits are 3 times more likely to be perceived as irresistible. Most men spend years chasing, never realizing that the secret isn't about pursuing, it's about becoming. Once you understand this, women won't just notice you, they'll feel a pull toward you they can't explain. Ready to unlock the truth? Let's begin. The power of walking away, controlling the game. There's one undeniable truth about attraction. The man who is willing to walk away is the man who owns the game. While most men chase, beg, and seek validation, the rare few who stand firm, unshaken, and unbothered are the ones who 95.7% of women find completely irresistible. Why? Because attraction isn't about convincing her to stay, it's about making her fear losing you. The moment a woman senses that you don't need her approval, that you won't bend over backward to win her over, something shifts in her mind. She starts craving what she can't fully have. Think about it. Why do people desire what is rare and difficult to obtain? Scarcity creates value. A man who knows his worth, who doesn't chase, and who is willing to walk away at any moment, is a man women can't stop thinking about. This isn't arrogance, it's power. 95.7% of women become addicted to the mystery, the challenge, and the emotional roller coaster of not knowing where they truly stand with you. They start questioning, why isn't he chasing me? Why does he seem so in control? What if I lose him? And that uncertainty is what makes you impossible to resist. A high-value man never begs. He never over-explains. He never compromises his standards just to keep someone around. Instead, he commands respect through his actions, not words. He understands that attraction isn't about desperation, but discipline. And here's the real secret. The moment she realizes you could walk away without hesitation is the moment she starts chasing you. Mastering the art of teasing to spark desire. There's a secret that the most magnetic men understand. Women don't want everything handed to them. Studies show that dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical, surges when a person experiences unpredictability and anticipation. This is why thrilling experiences, games of chance, and romantic uncertainty create a sense of addiction. When done right, teasing taps into this powerful neurological response, making you irresistibly attractive. Most men either try too hard, showering women with compliments and attention, which quickly becomes boring, or they play it too safe, always being agreeable and polite, which makes them forgettable. But the man who knows how to tease just right, he keeps her guessing, makes her laugh, and sparks emotions that create an unshakable pull. Instead of giving immediate validation, he creates playful contradictions. When she asks, "Do you think I'm pretty?" he doesn't rush to agree. Instead, with a smirk, he replies, maybe, but I'm still deciding." This subtle challenge keeps her engaged and curious. He uses a push-pull dynamic, complimenting her, then playfully pulling it back. If she walks in looking stunning, he might say, "You looked so elegant for a second, but then I saw you struggling with your drink. Now I'm not so sure." This emotional roller coaster keeps her hooked. He builds anticipation by delaying gratification. Just as she leans in for a kiss, he pauses, smirks, and whispers, "Not yet." That tiny moment of restraint heightens the tension and makes the experience even more intense. Psychologists have found that uncertainty fuels attraction. A study published in Psychological Science revealed that women found men significantly more attractive when they were unsure how much the man liked them. This reward uncertainty effect makes the brain crave validation even more, just like a gambler pulling a slot machine lever, hoping for a win. Teasing isn't about being mean. It's about creating a playful challenge that keeps her emotionally engaged. When you master this art, you activate her curiosity, spike her dopamine levels, and make her crave your attention. And that's the beginning of irresistible attraction. Creating sexual tension without saying a word. One of the most powerful yet overlooked factors that make 95.7% of women unable to resist a man is his ability to build sexual tension, without ever needing to say a word. True attraction isn't about explicit words or forced moves. It's about subtle, controlled actions that make her heart race before she even understands why. Imagine this. You lock eyes with her from across the room, but instead of looking away, you hold her gaze just a second longer than expected. That moment, that pause, is enough to send a surge of anticipation through her. Studies on nonverbal communication reveal that prolonged eye contact increases feelings of attraction by triggering the brain's release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Your voice plays another critical role. A deep, slow, and controlled tone forces her to lean in, making every word feel intentional and drawing her further into your presence. Researchers from the University of Aberdeen found that women consistently rate men with lower-pitched voices as more attractive, linking deep voices with confidence, strength, and dominance. Then comes touch, subtle, intentional, and perfectly timed. When you reach for her hand, you don't grip it immediately. Instead, your fingers barely graze hers before pulling back slightly, leaving her wondering if you'll touch her again. Or, as you guide her through a doorway, your hand gently rests on the small of her back, applying just enough pressure to show dominance while remaining effortless. These micro-interactions send electric signals through her nervous system, building tension she can't quite explain. The key is control. The man who masters this slow, deliberate pace becomes irresistible because he makes her feel something before she even realizes why. He never rushes, never pushes. He simply exists with an intensity that pulls her in. Women don't crave words. They crave the feelings those words create. And when you know how to make her feel desired without even speaking, she'll find herself drawn to you in a way she can't resist, making her feel like a truly feminine woman. One of the most undeniable factors that make 95.7% of women unable to resist a man is his ability to awaken her deepest feminine energy. Women don't just want to be attracted to a man, they want to feel like a woman is present. And the men who understand this, they don't chase, they don't beg. Instead, they move, speak, and act in a way that makes her body react before her mind can even process why. Imagine a woman who is always in control of her world, making decisions, planning, solving problems. But then, she meets a man who exudes effortless dominance, who doesn't seek her validation but instead commands her attention without even trying. She suddenly feels different, softer, more receptive, more drawn into the moment. This is the power of masculine energy, and it is intoxicating. The way he looks at her lingers just long enough to make her heartbeat quicken. He doesn't dart his eyes away nervously. He holds her gaze, unshaken, making her feel seen in a way no other man has. A study from the University of Stirling found that women are instinctively drawn to men who maintain steady eye contact, as it signals confidence, leadership, and dominance, qualities evolution has wired them to crave. Then, there's his voice, deep, measured, and controlled. He doesn't rush to fill silences. Instead, he lets pauses linger, making every word feel intentional, drawing her deeper into his frame. When he speaks, it's with a quiet authority that tells her this is a man who knows exactly who he is, and it makes her pulse race. And then there's touch. Not forced, not rushed, just barely noticeable but undeniably powerful. As he guides her through a doorway, his hand rests lightly on the small of her back, sending a subconscious message that he's leading, not following. Or when she laughs and lightly touches his arm, instead of instantly reacting, he lets the moment breathe, making her crave his next move. Women don't just fall for words, they fall for how a man makes them feel. The men who truly understand how to awaken a woman's femininity by making her feel safe, desired, and effortlessly drawn into his presence are the ones she can't resist. And once she feels this pull, she won't just want to be around him. She'll crave him in a way she can't explain. Now that you know the brutal truth about attraction, it's time to stop chasing and start embodying the traits that make 95.7% of women unable to resist you. Confidence, control, mystery, and emotional mastery. These aren't just concepts. They are the key to unlocking a magnetic presence that women are naturally drawn to. Most men will hear this and do nothing. But you? You have the power to take action right now. Start carrying yourself like a man who knows his worth, and who leads instead of follows, who walks away instead of begging, and watch how the dynamic changes instantly. Women don't choose the man who tries the hardest. They choose the man they can't quite figure out. Become that man. Own your presence. Control the game. Watch as they come to you. Thank you for watching. Now go out there and make it happen.